something strange is going on with this Warriors franchise. Mike Dunleavy Jr. and Steve Kerr, GM and head coach of the Warriors, both choosing to not speak at Warriors Media Day. And as the Johnathan Kuminga situation rears its head towards a looming deadline, that did not stop some of your favorite Warriors players from speaking at NBA Media Day. What's going on, everybody? I'm Houston Bo. You're watching Warriors Digest. And when I say some of your favorite players, I mean Steph Curry, I mean Jimmy Butler, I mean Draymond Green, the big three players absent, Al Horford, DeAnthony Melton, still their signings not fully complete because this Johnathan Kuminga situation, who was also absent from Media Day, obviously, still has not been resolved. But folks, here's the news that I have for you. Tomorrow is the deadline. That $1 year, $7.9 million qualifying offer, Johnathan Kuminga, has to be signed by tomorrow at 11:59 p.m., Wednesday, October 1st, or it is off the table. So I want to know from your guys' perspective, we're in the 11th hour here. It's go time. Do you want Johnathan Kuminga to sign the qualifying offer, or do you want him to focus on a larger deal? We saw from Aaron Turner speak a little bit about the fact that he's still not content with the deals that are on the table. And when I say some of your favorite Warriors players, I look at Johnathan Kuminga, maybe not every Warriors fan's favorite player anymore, but I do want to say this. Don't blame Johnathan Kuminga for this whole situation. Blame his agent. There's so much going on. It has to be a lot of thoughts going on through 22-year-old player's head. You know, some people are valuing him at this, other people are valuing him at this. He's putting in the work, but what does he exactly want for himself? This is a tough situation. So we saw that things are trending towards Johnathan Kuminga taking the qualifying offer. Now, this has been back and forth for weeks and weeks and weeks, but it does seem now at this point from Brett Siegel that things are trending towards Johnathan Kuminga taking the QO. Now, the reason that Mike Dunleavy Jr., right, there's no one that came out and said, hey, this isn't why they spoke, but the speculation and our best educated guess is that they don't want questions being asked to Mike Dunleavy Jr. and to Steve Kerr at this point that could do anything to topple that situation in one direction or another. The signing talks have been happening for so long behind the curtain. You don't want at this point, whether Johnathan Kuminga is trending towards taking a deal, to Steve Kerr to say something right at this last moment and push him away from signing that qualifying offer. And I'm going to be honest, it is a stacked market for next year's free agency. There's an excellent draft class coming in. There's going to be a lot of free agents on the table. If I'm Johnathan Kuminga, I am signing a larger deal. Taking the qualifying offer seems like career destruction, in my opinion, for what could be a fantastic young player. And so I'm a little worried about Johnathan Kuminga's headspace right now, and I'm just praying that these next 48 hours go by and I don't see an alert of Johnathan Kuminga taking the qualifying offer. I want him back on the team. I want him to sign a longer deal, but we have seen from Aaron Turner, his agent, that he is struggling to find some headspace and some common ground between both sides. And team sources have said Golden State won't include a player option in any deal with Johnathan Kuminga. This has been common knowledge for a while now that the Warriors do not want to include that player option in any deal. And the offers that still stand: 3 years, $75 million, 2 for $48 million, and then 3-year, $54 million option with no option. No team option, that is. Or return on the qualifying offer by Wednesday night, October 1st, 11:59 p.m. Folks, we are right at the end. It is decision time for Johnathan Kuminga. Do you want to bet on yourself? Do you want to take way less money? I mean, even if he took one of these larger deals, he'd be getting about $22 million a year. That's probably more that he can get right now that he would end up being available for next summer, because that market is going to be so saturated, especially if he signs a qualifying offer, doesn't have a very good year. Johnathan Kuminga's value has fluctuated so much over his early career, but right now is your opportunity to get traded elsewhere, sign a sign and trade, or commit to what the team is offering you, because 2 years, $45 million, let's go back and take a look at those deals again. 2 years, $48 million is a fantastic deal. Johnathan Kuminga, 22-year-old, hasn't done too much in his early career, has a chance to be making $24 million guaranteed for the first year of his contract. That is a no-brainer, and that's why I feel for the kid, because I do believe that Aaron Turner is causing issues that don't need to be caused. Now, I could be incorrect. Maybe Johnathan Kuminga is behind the scenes also saying, hey, here's the deal. I want this, I want this, I want this, making the demands. But I also think there's a little bird in Johnathan Kuminga's ear saying, hey, this is what you're worth. Hey, let's talk about this. Hey, let's do this. It is and that bird obviously being his agent, Aaron Turner, it is a rarity to be in this situation where media day pops up and we don't have the GM or the head coach speaking to the media. That is not something that happens very often at all. You saw quotes from all around the league yesterday from other head coaches about their guys, about how they're feeling towards the season. And we have a very important season coming up. Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler, Al Horford. These guys aren't getting any younger. This is a huge year for this organization because it is going to be a massive turning point. If this year goes well, we compete. Maybe we don't win the championship, but we make it deep in the playoffs. You sign everybody back up and you say, hey, we got one more run at this. Everybody's on contract for one more year. Here we go. But if this season goes poorly, this might be a blow it up type situation. And then all of a sudden, the Johnathan Kuminga situation means way more because has he stuck around? Is he still on the team? Is he a hot young prospect you have moving forward? Or did we ditch him elsewhere? And all of a sudden, this youth on the team is something that we're really struggling to find. Buddy Hield's not getting any younger. D'Anthony Melton, Buddy Hield, Moses Moody, those are the guys young on this team that have a lot of potential moving forward. Quinten Post is a great young player. So is Trayce Jackson-Davis. I like Guy Santos. Will Richards, a guy I feel confident about. But there's no studs in there. And Johnathan Kuminga, easily out of the guys I just named, has the highest ceiling to be an all-star type player out of all the guys that I just named. And I love Johnathan Kuminga. I've enjoyed watching him play over the years, which is why I want him to return to the team. This has been a frustrating saga. If you're a fan, it's been frustrating to figure out exactly which direction this is going. If you're Johnathan Kuminga, I'm sure it's been really difficult to focus and decide on exactly what he wants. If you are the management, this is tough because you feel like, hey, this is a guy that we've been loyal to for the most part. Maybe the playing time hasn't been exactly where it's wanted to, but hey, you're playing under fantastic players. You're learning a lot from some of the smartest guys in the league. Now, Horford, another guy who's been an excellent defender and rebounder and three-point shooter throughout his career, another guy that JK could learn from. But I just don't think Johnathan Kuminga is in a situation right now where he could return to the team and be committed to winning on the qualifying offer. I think he's going to be more committed and getting his own buckets and finding the ways that he can impact his future as an asset as opposed to actually winning basketball. And here's the deal. This is just how I feel. Everything that we got from the team from media yesterday suggests that everyone is confident about the upcoming season. The veterans, Draymond, Jimmy, Steph, all of them saying, hey, we're confident about the upcoming season, and we know and have respect for the situation and understand that it is going to get resolved. Draymond saying, hey, this is going to be a situation where at the end, both sides will be happy. And Steph Curry, with this last little piece that needs to settle, I'm extremely happy. We're just trying to carry momentum that we had last year. Getting through an 82-game season is the challenge, especially with a veteran team. We know when we're healthy and we're going toe-to-toe with anybody in the West, we feel like we have a good chance. And that's a quote we talked a little bit about yesterday as well. But it's exciting because you have the understanding that the guys are not getting torn up in the weeds and not getting caught up in the chaos of what the situation has been. Their eyes are set to the 21st. Their eyes are set to training camp. Their eyes are set to, hey, we got a Christmas Day game, an important piece down the season. Their eyes are set to April. Their eyes are set to June. They can see the path of where this can be, whether Johnathan Kuminga returns or whether he doesn't. And it's clear from the team that they want him back. And by the team, I mean the players on the team. It's clear from the guys in the locker room. There's not this confusion. There's not this, hey, what's going on? There's actually a clarity from them saying, hey, we understand that this situation is something that has happened in the past. It's a little more chaotic than it typically is, but it's going to find a way to have a resolution for both sides, and we're going to be content heading into training camp. We have about 36 hours before we will know for certain whether or not Johnathan Kuminga is betting on himself for the upcoming year. $1 million, I keep saying that. 1 year, $7.9 million qualifying offer, about $8 million for Johnathan Kuminga to bet on himself, try to do what he can to commit to this team, but also commit to showcasing himself for an upcoming unrestricted free agency. And if he doesn't sign that, we have a deal coming later in the week for Johnathan Kuminga. Those deals will be done. It will be an exciting standpoint from the Warriors' perspective because we will finally be getting at a point where, hey, the roster is signed, the guys are here, and it is go time. If you're excited about the situation and getting even more clarity, even more truth being revealed over the next couple of days, make sure to hit the subscribe button, ring the bell to turn on notifications, or of course, check out previous videos. Media Day was yesterday. We've got a bunch more content coming throughout the day. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I've been Houston Bo. You've been the fans, and as always, go Dubs. Peace.